probably just put these in the chair. I don't have audio visual, so I got to do. I could have sent it over already. Oh, I should have done a PDF. I'm sorry. This is old school. I'm an old man, so this is going to be old school.
I know you're going to bring it, so when you do whatever you're going to say.
Okay. It just might be easier just to do this one. I do. I got extra one right there.
Yes, for fun. And you know what? I made a point to, years ago, I was like, I want to see every board and commission. I tried to do a tour, I got halfway through before I had to stop. I was so upset with the quality of the, and now it has inspired me to come back and do it again. Yes.
Take it seriously.
Some of us take it seriously. But you're right. The impact is, I saw it.
You're right.
I saw it.
I didn't know that I could explain these to you. So this is old school hard copy. I'm so sorry. I'm old school. Old man, old school. I'm so sorry.
I think we're today than we anticipate. I also think that I'm going to have to go straight from this to roll over again. Like, I read that guy's text that was messy, and I was so...
We're going to have to talk.
One extra copy if you need it. I don't know if you need it.
No, we can just have one. Of course. Yes. Thank you so much. No, we're doing it too. I mean, yeah, the IT department, all that. I had my own troubles. Yeah, right? And I was like, I stole it. And it's like,
If I can get, I don't know. If I can get your attention. It's on. Is it on? How many more minutes?
Yes.
About 5 or 10.
Five or 10.
5 or 10 minutes. Okay, I have a prayer today, so I'm going to the restroom. Then I'm coming back. Don't do nothing till I
We just have.
I know. I hope it works today. You know, sometimes. But it's been good. It's been good. So I have a feeling it's going to be good. We'll just get the
Tiffany.
Just get the video.
No, you think she's trying to.
After everything I just went through, absolutely not allowed. Glasses on.
That's what I don't understand because you think it's out there?
All of this stuff on there, what we did, both sessions.
Let me get another one.
See that? She told me she signed Marty. You make me one of them. Ladies and gentlemen, if you would just excuse us, we're trying to work through some technical difficulties, so that's why we're just standing here. It's not we're staring at you, we're just kind of trying to get some sign that we are okay, so. We're just trying to work it out.
Oh, that's working out.
Just waiting on. Do we just record and y'all just play back? Is that all right? Mr. Attorney? Mr. Attorney-ish? It's all right, we just go ahead, we proceed, record, and then we just play back in its entirety?
The answer to that is yes. How long are you talking? You know, you can ask them.
I don't have the slightest idea. Sorry, Ms. Herman. It sucks sometimes. We just kind of like the team we had on the field, so. He can second chair you, so.
Yes, sir, you can go ahead.
All right, thank you. Madam Clerk, would you please call a roll?
Yes, sir, Mayor Johnson. You have Mayor Johnson,
Present.
Mayor Pro Tem in District 5, Alderwoman Dr. Estella Edwards Shabazz,
Present.
Chairman in District 4, Alderman Nick Palumbo,
Present.
Vice Chair in District 3, Alderwoman Linda Wilder Bryan,
Ready, let's go.
Post 1, Alderwoman Carolyn H. Bell,
Present.
Post 2, Alderwoman Alicia Miller Blakely,
Present.
District 1, Alderwoman Bernetta B. Lanier,
Present.
District 2, Alderman Dietrich Leggett,
Here.
and District 3, Alderman Curtis Pertee.
District 6, here.
I'm sorry, District 6, I'm sorry. Mayor Johnson, we have a quorum.
Thank you. All rise. I call this meeting of the Savannah City Council to order. Today is Thursday, April the 24th, 2025. The time is 2:14 p.m. We want to thank all of you joining us today in our temporary chambers at the Eli Whitney Complex. And for those on social media, you're probably not live, sorry. We're trying to get some technical issues worked out. We will have Alderwoman Alicia Miller Blakely to introduce our invocator for today.
Thank you, Mayor Johnson. City of Savannah, it gives me an extreme pleasure and it is an honor to introduce our invocator for today. His name is Bishop Lee F. Jenkins, Jr. He is the pastor and founder of the Fresh Fire from Heaven Christian Church in Savannah, Georgia. He was consecrated as bishop in 2013 and appointed area bishop of Georgia with Global United Fellowship in 2019, and currently serves as a Southeastern Provincial Bishop designate with Global United Fellowship appointed in April of 2025. He's a native and lifelong resident of Savannah. Bishop Jenkins is a 1974 graduate of Saul C. Johnson High School and attended Savannah State University. He faithfully served at Georgia Ports Authority for 30 years before retiring in 2015 to fully devote himself to ministry. Bishop Jenkins gave his life to Christ in 1986 and has served the church in many capacities, including deacon board president, Sunday school teacher, and outreach ministry leader. In 2001, he founded Fresh Fire from Heaven Christian Church, where he continues to lead with passion, vision, and integrity. He is married to Minister Carlethia Jenkins, his partner in life and ministry for over 30 years, and is the proud father of one son, DeAndre Bryant. Bishop Jenkins is widely respected for his faithfulness, humility, and unwavering commitment to serving God and our community. Amen. Bishop Jenkins.
Amen. Praise the Lord. Amen. We are happy to be here. Let's go over prayer. All here's about. Father, we thank you and we praise you now. You have been good to us. You have been showed us your grace by allowing us just to live one more day.
Yes.
What you promised, Lord, that we should have life and we should have it more abundantly. Mm-hmm. We thank you now, Lord, for allowing us to come here just to intercede and to pray for the greatest city in America. Mm-hmm. We thank you, Lord, for the mayor of this city. Continue to bless him and keep him, Lord, and give his council wisdom how to handle the business of Savannah, Georgia. We thank you, Lord, that this unity that we are experiencing in our city and the greater things that the wisdom will cause to manifest, we thank you for them in advance. We thank you for this meeting. We pray for the whole city of Savannah, Georgia. Oh, God, have mercy. Have mercy, Lord, because we are experiencing so many deaths, young people dying senselessly. Oh, Lord, the scripture said we look to the hills which cometh our help. Our help must come from you. We thank you for it. We thank you for wisdom. We thank you for knowledge. We thank you for the ability and the strength for those who are in this council to make right decisions for our communities. We give you praise and we give you honor for that. And before I close, I want to pray for the officers, the police chiefs, and all those who are riding in the city, and the school teachers, and all those who are handling our children. Oh, Lord, we need your wisdom. And we thank you for it now. In Jesus Christ's name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you,
Amen.
Bishop. Before we salute our country, obviously our hearts are heavy of the passing of Pope Francis.
Yes.
Savannah has a very large, expansive, and proud Catholic community. I would ask in his honor that we would have a moment of silence. Thank you, and may his memory be a blessing. Let's honor our country.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Bishop. Thank you so much. We are very happy to see you. Thank you for your fresh fire.
Yes.
And thank you for your leadership in our community of faith. It's good to have you here.
Good afternoon, Mr. Mayor.
Good afternoon.
Are you ready, sir?
Let's proceed. Under adoption of the agenda, I'm exerted mayoral privilege for 2 additional announcements, 1 additional appearance, and 1 additional proclamation. We will also remove item number 35 at staff's request.
With those additions, I would like to make a motion for number 1 for the adoption of the regular meeting agenda for April the 24th, 2025.
Second.
23. I'm sorry, 23. Amend to 23, please.
We're striking that.
Yeah, 23 is removed by staff's request. Is there a second?
So moved, Mr.
Properly
Second.
moved and seconded. All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes.
Mr. Mayor, I'd like to
Yes.
make a motion for the approval of items number 2 and 3, for the approval of the minutes for the work session and city manager's briefing held on April the 10th, 2025 at 11 o'clock a.m., and for the approval of the minutes for the regular meeting held on April 10th, 2025 at 2 o'clock p.m.
Second.
Second.
Been properly moved and seconded that we adopt those items. All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes.
can I make an announcement, please, before we start, at the top of your resolution? Really quick.
Yes,
please,
ma'am.
please,
Yes,
please,
ma'am.
please. So on last Friday, in Washington, D.C., our Mayor, Van Johnson, was newly installed as the 13th president of the African American Association. He will lead over 600 mayors from the East Coast to the West Coast. And I would just like to publicly say that every time our mayor goes back, he not only lets what other people know, he brings back money or a different hat to wear. And so if y'all would just please just congratulate him, because not only is he really is an ambassador. The best ambassador that you can be is one that works hard and other people recognize that he's doing a great thing in our city. And I'm so proud to serve with you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. On behalf of the African American Mayors Association, certainly when they call my name, they call Savannah, Georgia. And so to that end, thank you for kind of teeing me up.
Yes, it is. Always. Let's go.
First announcement is I wanted to announce that the City of Savannah has been awarded a $125,000 grant from the African American Mayors Association in partnership with the American Beverage Foundation for a Healthy America. We were one of 7 cities selected in 4 categories through a competitive application process, recognizing innovative, equity-driven public health strategies. So in this, we're partnering with Healthy Savannah to enhance ongoing efforts focused on nutrition access, food affordability, and community-based education programs. In January, to that end, we were awarded $50,000 from the U.S. Conference of Mayors and the American Beverage Foundation for an application we submitted called Move with Mayors on the Move, Savannah's Passport to Healthy Families. And so we received that $50,000 in January. So in just 4 months, Savannah has received $175,000 toward healthy activities. I am grateful to the American Beverage Foundation for a Healthy America, certainly U.S. Conference of Mayors, and to the City of Savannah, Healthy Savannah. We want to put that money to good use. So
And our
thank you very
mayor
much.
is a part of the U.S. Conference of Mayors also.
Yeah.
I am. More work, right?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you. We appreciate you.
We have a couple of proclamations. I'm going to ask our small business team to come up, and all those that love them to come up. That was really kind of weak. I think y'all could do a little bit better than that, right?
Yay, Mia.
Now, how many of you have shopped at a small business this week?
Of course.
Stephen, are you going to do it this week, sir? All right. All right. I want everyone to promise. Raise your right hand. I want you to promise a local small business this week. All right? Everybody, yes?
Yes.
All right. The Lord is watching. Y'all see that, right? All right. Whereas small businesses are the engine of the American economy and the foundation of a free and prosperous nation built by men and women who work hard, take risks, and believe in the power of the American dream. And whereas small businesses make up more than 99% of all private sector employees and create nearly 2 out of every 3 new jobs in America, fueling opportunity and driving local economics across every corner of the country. And whereas whether in our fields, in our factory floors, or at the frontiers of technology, small businesses are driving the innovation and building the products that keep America strong, competitive, and secure. And whereas in recent years, small business owners have faced unprecedented challenges, yet have remained resilient in their commitment to delivering for communities across the United States. And whereas despite these headwinds, the American spirit of enterprise endures. And we now stand at the threshold of a new golden era for small businesses built on common sense, pro-growth strategies that put our people, our workers, and our job creators first. And whereas the city of Savannah, Georgia, shares the commitment to fighting for the hardworking entrepreneurs who power our economy from the ground up, and whereas National Small Business Week has been proclaimed by the President of the United States since 1963, honoring the vital role of small businesses in creating jobs, growing the economy, and anchoring our communities. Now, therefore, be it resolved that I, Van R. Johnson, II, Mayor of the City of Savannah, declare the week of May 4th through 10th as National Small Business Week in the City of Savannah, Georgia, and encourage our citizens to support small businesses as these folks had promised, and celebrate their many achievements and witness wherever I've set my hand and caused the seal of the City of Savannah to be affixed. Who am I presenting this to? Okay.
Good afternoon, Mayor and Council.
Good afternoon.
It is our esteemed pleasure. I'm sorry. My name is Miranda Lumpkin-Lotson. I'm Senior Director of Economic Development for the City of Savannah. I am very, very pleased to be before you this afternoon to receive this proclamation on behalf of the U.S. Small Business Administration and our Georgia representative, Ms. Terry Dennison, who will be with us on this coming May 7th when we celebrate the Mayor's Small Business Conference. And joining me this afternoon are members of our Small Business in Savannah leadership team. I will ask each one of them to introduce themselves.
Theda Massimo, Chief of Planning and Economic Development for the City of Savannah.
Team Savannah.
Thank you. Mia Mance, Executive Director of the Savannah Downtown Business Association.
Good afternoon. I'm Jennifer Davenport. I'm with the Savannah Area Chamber of Commerce. I'm the Vice President of Community Affairs and In-House Counsel.
Yay, Jen. Woohoo.
Dwayne Marshall. I work with the Catalyst Loan Fund, which is affiliated with Carver State Bank, which is exclusively focused on providing capital for small businesses and nonprofits in the Chatham County and Savannah community.
Carver State. Woo-woo.
Tiger Lily Harrington, Communications Director of Startup Savannah.
Tiger Lily.
Mayor, we are preparing a week filled of activities and programs that are all designed with our small business community in mind. The jewel of the crown for that week, for the week of May 4th, is the Mayor's Small Business Conference, which will be held on May 7th at 8 a.m. until 2 p.m. And at 2 p.m., we will adjourn into the third annual Reverse Trade Show hosted by our purchasing division. And so we are super excited about the agenda that we have prepared for our small businesses. Also, on the day of the Mayor's Small Business Conference, we will be joined by Mr. James M. Bailey, who is the president and CEO of the Rice Center in Atlanta. That is the Russell Innovation Center for Entrepreneurs. That is a powerhouse economic development center designed for African American businesses and their health and well-being and growth that is in Atlanta and doing phenomenal things. And we are so happy to welcome Mr. Bailey to this community where we can hear what they have going on and be inspired and be able to partner with them on a lot of the initiatives going forward. So we are excited. Thank you for this proclamation, and we look forward to a robust Small Business Week in Savannah.
Reminded that small business dollars spent locally are recycled locally. And so when you are spending money with small businesses, they're helping businesses to hire locally. And certainly they also are engaging other businesses. This started off kind of big, but really kind of small. And now it has expanded to the state of small business and other groups. We decided just to put it all together. We have already, I won't say sold out because it was for free, but we've already reached our capacity. And so we're excited about what this means. But I mean, it means nothing if we don't make the very, very conscious and very, very deliberate choice to shop small. Just find something. I mean, I know we like the bigger places to go, but just know that when we are supporting small businesses, we're supporting our local community. So thank you all so much. We're excited about it. Can't wait, can't wait, can't wait.
Mayor,
yes.
I would like to say one final thing. On the day of the Mayor's Small Business Conference is being sponsored by Carver State Bank. And I would be remiss if I did not publicly thank you for your partnership and support and continued work. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you all very much.
Yeah.
Let's get to work.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. They're calling y'all back. Miss Mia? Huh? We can do it here. It's not that many of us. You all turn it over. Oh. Thank you. Also, very excited. This is a big week for us. This is Georgia Cities Week. This is Georgia Cities.
Yes. Absolutely.
I I said this is Georgia City.
Yes, sir.
So, who's receiving this?
We had a ball Tuesday at Daffin Park.
Joe?
Oh, that was great.
Yes, it was.
Come. All right. Proclamation, whereas city governments are the closest governance body to most citizens and the one with the most direct daily impact upon its residents. And whereas city government is administered for and by its citizens and is dependent upon public commitment to and understanding of its many responsibilities. And whereas city government officials and employees share the responsibility to pass along their understanding of public services and their benefits. And whereas Georgia Cities Week is a very important time to recognize the important role played by city government in our lives. Whereas Georgia Cities Week offers an important opportunity to convey to all of the citizens of Georgia that they can shape and influence government through civic involvement. Now, therefore, I, Van R. Johnson II, Mayor of the City of Savannah, do hereby proclaim the week of April the 21st to 26th as Georgia Cities Week in the city of Savannah, Georgia. We hereby salute the employees of the greatest city on earth, and we always remind them to keep their fans out and their boots on the ground. Who's speaking? Well, here you go. Y'all clap. It's okay.
Mayor Johnson, as he mentioned, this week is Joe Sherhouse, Chief of Information and Public Affairs. This week is Georgia Cities Week, and we're excited to celebrate it. And a lot of planning went into the goals and missions of this week, which was led by our own Jennifer Blaylock and executed by this wonderful team you see behind us. So a quick round of applause for the work that went into this week. Over 160 other cities throughout Georgia participate in Georgia Cities Week, and the goal for us and all of our other partner cities is to celebrate the services that we provide to our citizens, why those services are important, and to highlight what they are and the impacts that they make. We've done a lot of hard work in working through all of our communication channels to engage with our residents, highlighting those projects and the importance of their feedback and cooperation in all the work that we do. Yesterday, Human Resources additionally helped honor, as a part of this week, over 100 different administrative professionals in honor of Administrative Professionals Day. Coming up this Friday on the 25th, the city's Clean Energy Program will be collaborating with a variety of different community-based programs to celebrate Earth Day in Daffin Park from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. and all of the exciting sustainability efforts that the city of Savannah leads in that arena. And finally, many of you who participated in honoring our employees in Daffin Park on Tuesday and the great work that
That was awesome.
great public servants do. Without great public servants, we couldn't accomplish great public service. So thank you very much, Mayor and Council, for your support of Georgia Cities Week and for your support of the employees that work for the City of Savannah. And we look forward to continuing celebrating the rest of this week and building upon it for next year. So thank you very much.
Joe.
Thank you.
Beneki. Miriam Baker, Executive Assistant for Information and Public Affairs.
Toya Duncan, Employee Relations, EEO Coordinator, Human Resources.
Yeah, Toya.
Lynette Major, Senior Admin, Human Resources. Excuse me.
Yay, Lynette.
Alicia Savage. I am with SPD and Warrant Control up under Information Specialist. Thank you.
Alicia.
Sean C. Strong, Senior Budget Analyst, Office of Management and Budget.
Krishan. Yeah. Come on.
Good afternoon, Adela Smith with Community Housing Services Agency.
Good afternoon, Harold Taylor Jr., Transportation Services, Transportation Coordinator.
Come on now. Come on.
Thank you. Let's give them a big round of applause and thank them.
Mr. Mayor.
We find out all of this talent that our employees have that we didn't know they had.
Mr. Mayor.
One of them is a really good rapper. We have to figure that out. I didn't know,
Too short.
but we will know.
Mr. Mayor?
Yes.
Can I please say that same team did a leadership
Yes.
at Savannah Tech? It was
That's what
amazing.
you're talking about, yes.
Yes, thank
Yesterday
you so much.
for
Yes.
administrative professionals, the funny part about it, I went to give my greetings, and we couldn't get anything done because all the administrative professionals were in one
That's right.
place.
It's amazing.
So we appreciate them and all the work that they do to support us. They help make our wheels turn. So thank you very much. Wanted to add another appearance. 18 years ago, and this is actually my 31st year of being associated with the National Forum for Black Public Administrators. It was founded by some individuals, city managers, years ago, at the time that the International City County Management Association was not necessarily meeting the needs of African American city managers. And so now many years later, the National Forum for Black Public Administrators is a partner to the ICMA, recognizing that they can work together and achieve the same results. I'm going to ask the Savannah Metropolitan Chapter of NFBPA to come up. 18 years ago, I was the founding president of the NFBPA chapter in Savannah that we named the Savannah Metropolitan Chapter. That year, the year after, the Savannah Metropolitan Chapter won Chapter of the Year in our little over our first year of existence. We felt some hard times through COVID, but our chapter has come back even stronger. We won some more awards and got recognized again. And I'm pleased to introduce our president, Mr. Krishan C-Trump, who actually was acknowledged and won an award in San Francisco a week and a half ago when we were out there for our Forum 2025. Mr. President.
Right.
Mayor and Council, my name is Krishan C-Strong. I serve as the president of the Savannah Metropolitan Chapter, also a national board member of the NFBPA. Today, I just want to not only honor all these public servants, but honor those that came before us, some of our founding members like Councilwoman Carol Bell and our mayor for starting this chapter. Truly, this organization has changed my life, and many of these individuals up here can tell you that it has changed their lives as well. I am who I am today, a part of who I am today now because of this organization, and I'm excited because we are in partnership with Savannah State University. We have a few college students, MPA students that have joined us. They've been calling me to come speak to them, and so myself and our membership chair to come speak to them, and we've been going over talking to them, and so some of them have decided to join. And so I'm happy to say our chapter is growing. When we started off, like Mayor said, it did fall off a little bit. We started off, me and about 15 of us, and now we're about 50 strong members. So I'm excited that we are growing, we're shaking, and today I really, this month we're celebrating our 18th year as being a chapter. And I wanted to celebrate all of the Savannah Metropolitan. This is just some, this is not all the Savannah Metropolitan Chapter for their hard work, for your labor and all that you do. So from your president to y'all, I love you, and I appreciate your hard work because I know on a daily basis you do a hard work, and then coming in, my officers can tell you that I work them because I keep it running, I keep it going. So I say to you, Mayor, thank you for starting the chapter here. Many of us can say thank you for starting the chapter here because it has changed our life and it's going to continue to change our lives.
Thank you.
Consolita Coleman, City Manager's Office.
Lido!
Georgette Washington, Special Events, Film and Tourism. Miranda Lodson, Economic Development.
Asia Hankerson, Government Affairs, Comcast.
Shorter than me.
Ario Ross, Communications.
Valinda McDonald, Chief Community Services.
Yeah.
Kelvin Bryant, Savannah Police Department.
Yeah, Kevin.
Angelica Alfonso, Office of Management and Budget.
Angelica can sing too.
Katrina Myers, Office of the City Manager.
Yay!
Dr. Kimberly Cunningham, SPD.
Yeah.
Akila Wright, Planning and Urban Design.
Yay!
Good afternoon, all. Kadatra Ortiz, Office of Human Resources.
Ebony Middleton, Office of Management and Budget.
Let's go, Ebony.
Judy Jones, Revenue Department.
Jones!
Alexis Rooks, Office of Management and Budget.
Alexa.
Anthony Martin, Information Technology Services.
Yeah.
Harold Taylor Jr., Transportation Services.
Harold Taylor Jr.
Good afternoon, Takesha Brown, Office of the Chief of Management Services.
Dr. Brown.
Good afternoon, Melissa Carter, Chief Management Services.
Good afternoon, Jeffrey Grant, Office of Human Resources.
Jeffrey.
Taffany Young, Chief Community Services Officer.
Yay,
Frederick Scott, City Manager's Office.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, beyond being great together, they are great public service individually.
Mr. Mayor.
And again, for someone who's been involved with this organization for 31 years, I can tell you how proud I am to see them not only making the moves, but also being engaged and being well thought of by their peers nationally. And so, folks, certainly we are on NFBPA's national map. They know who we are. And so I'm very, very
Mr.
grateful
Mayor.
to these wonderful public servants. Yes, ma'am.
I want to congratulate you all. I'm just sitting here smiling. I'm a former member of NFBPA. And, and to know where it came from to what you all have done with the mayor, this is so great because in those organizations you have top-level professionals from around the country, and iron sharpens iron. So we weren't really that much on the map then, just hanging on with Beverly Whitehead and all the rest. But I think it was Texas at the time, always had the largest crowds and dominated everything. But I know it's great to go to these events. You learn a lot and you meet people who challenge you. So congratulations to you all. It's a great look. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Yes, ma'am.
I too want to say congratulations and thank you. I will say thanks to the City of Savannah for supporting our National Forum of Black Public Administrators all these years. And I will tell you that back in the day when I was attending the conferences, they provided the attendees the opportunity to learn how to interview, to learn how to do many things that help, rise in the profession. So I have benefited from the values and the many benefits that were provided.
Yes, ma'am.
Y'all look so good. Thank y'all so much. Whatever you need as far as support is concerned. I'm not a former member. I'm not a member. I would love to become a member because it looks like that's a good group to be involved with. And with that being said, continue. I'm going to support you 100,000%. Okay? Thank you.
It needs to be noted that also the forum is a training experience. So I presented twice, once on ethics and once on an elected officials roundtable. Jeff Grant presented on emerging leaders. Somebody else, we had somebody else to present, right? Melissa. So again, folks from Savannah, folks that you know, folks that serve us, are being recognized by their peers around the country. They're feeding other folks. So I just want to tell y'all how proud I was to see you all in that program. I mean, it means something. And so thank you very much.
Mr. Mayor.
Yes.
I would like to become a member also.
Write your check. We'll take it right now.
All right, I got it. Come on, get it.
I'll make sure y'all all have the information. And let me tell you,
Yes.
the most important thing about NFBPA is not just for black folk.
Mm-hmm.
So let's be clear. Because somebody will say something like that. Marty Johnston, where's Marty? Yeah, Marty Johnston and Dr. Blaylock, and I mean, yeah. So, whoever wants to join, we say whosoever will. Let them pay and let them come. All right. Well, thank you all very much. Go forth. Continue to be great.
Eyeglass King, since you got a checkbook, come get your check.
Oh, y'all go ahead. Yeah, come on. We're gonna reach 100 again soon.
Oh, wow. Let's go get in the picture. That's so great.
Y'all members, right? Yeah. You can get in the picture too.
I'll stand back.
Sure, yeah. Oh.
I'm coming.
Please.
Okay, see. We can't even be seeing all that back. You gotta put it make my sister take pictures. I know.
I'm standing on the chair.
I can't see your face.
I can't see you.
You can't see me?
You said 2:35. She's trying to get her some change for lunch.
Right now.
Yeah.
I think so. Everybody ready? Daphne, can you see us back here? Good.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you all so much.
You're welcome.
Right?
Linda, send me that now.
Just in case.
Oh. And finally, I'm going to ask our partners from the Savannah Chatham Public School Board to come up. Mr. President. Dr. Lewis, are you joining us? Like Ms. Biles? Y'all come up? All right. First of all, these are our friends, and we appreciate presenting you in your building. It's kind of ironic, but we like it. Whereas the Savannah Chatham County Public School System embraces literacy as a guiding North Star, illuminating the path to personal freedom, self-discovery, and a meaningful place within our shared community. And whereas every child deserves the opportunity to realize their full potential and lead a life of purpose and choice, with literacy as the foundational key to exploration, imagination, and lifelong success. And whereas SCCPSS is committed to integrating science, technology, engineering, arts, and mathematics into its curriculum, equipping students with the critical thinking, creativity, and problem-solving skills essential in today's dynamic world. And whereas the most powerful integration of literacy and STEAM education empowers students to become informed, innovative, and active contributors to an increasingly interconnected global society. And whereas SCCPSS remains devoted to delivering a well-rounded educational experience, one that nurtures academic achievement, personal growth, and responsible citizenship. And whereas strong ongoing engagement from families and the broader community plays a vital role in promoting student success, emotional resilience, and a lifelong love of learning. Now, therefore, be it proclaimed that I, Van R. Johnson, second mayor of the city of Savannah, proudly recognizes April 26th as a day to celebrate the vital role of family and community engagement in student learning. In partnership with the Savannah Chatham Public School System, we honor this occasion with books, blankets, and boots on the ground and family fun at Daffin Park. a community gathering that embodies our shared dedication to literacy, learning, and connection. And when it's wherever I'm here to set my hand and cause the seal of the city of Savannah to be affixed. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Oh, thank you.
Nice. It's nice to be at our own microphone. Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, City Council. One thing that our superintendent always says is the purpose of education is to give children choice-filled lives. They can only have choice-filled lives if they learn to read. Literacy is our North Star. Literacy is our focus. The event on Saturday is a celebration of literacy, but it's also a celebration of the importance of families when it comes to literacy, the importance of parents reading to their children, the importance of parents knowing to read. I say this all the time, education is everyone's business. And I salute you, City Council, for being such a great partner with us. Our goal is not only to have a great school system, but a world-class school system. And with your help, we know we can get it done. We have here Dr. Angie Lewis.
Savannah.
And our parent liaison, Ms. Idell Biles.
Yay!
Invite you all out Saturday.
Yeah.
Thank you. We're looking forward to it. Dr. Lewis, you want to say anything? I know this is your baby, so.
Yes, I appreciate being here. We appreciate you all recognizing us, and we're inviting the entire community to come out and share with us. Our students are very important to us, but our parents in serving the whole child. And this is an opportunity for not only for them to see what we do as far as literacy is concerned, but also how we incorporate that in STEM and STEAM, and how important it is for students to understand and parents in the community to understand that STEM and STEAM is a part of their everyday lives, from simply just waking up in the morning to going to work. If you're off by 1 minute, and I think a lot of us know this when we get stuck in traffic, you have disrupted your engineering design process. A lot of times people don't think about that, but think about that if you're late just a few minutes, how your engineering design process will make you late for work. So this is the things that we want to teach our students so they can make that relation and have fun at the same time in doing it. So we all welcome you all there. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Savannah.
How many of us have children or grandchildren in the public school system? Raise them high.
30 plus.
All right, so please bring them out. We would love to see you all. Thank you for what you do. We are, public education is a public responsibility.
Yes, it is.
And so we partner with you, and we appreciate you all. President Moss, Dr. Angie, and Ms. Biles for all that you do. Thank you so much.
Yay, Roger!
All right, let's roll.
Thank you.
Let's go into alcohol license hearings, items number 6 through 9. Item number 6 is approval of a Class G wine by the drink complimentary service alcohol license to Shanae Frazier for Studio 18, a nail salon at 4410 Ageechee Road. Item number 7 is approval of a Class C liquor, beer, and wine by the drink alcohol license with Sunday sales to Christopher Clark for Coach's Southside. Item number 8 is approval of a Class C beer and wine by the drink alcohol license with Sunday sales to Tracy Jones for Foxtail Coffee Company. Item number 9 is approval of a Class C liquor, beer by the drink alcohol license to Sanji Leach for Crave Hot Dogs and Barbecue at 630 Indian Street. Does anyone have any pull-outs in terms of any of these items? Okay, I'm declaring this a public hearing. Does anyone have anything against any of these items? Going once. Going twice. Speak now, forever hold thy peace.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes.
Ask that we close the hearing.
Second.
Been properly moved and seconded. All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Item number 6 is for Sinead Frazier, Alderwoman Shabazz.
Mr. Mayor, I'd like to make a motion for the approval of a Class G wine by the drink complimentary service alcohol license to Sinead Frazier for Studio 18, a nail salon at 4410 Ogeechee Road. The establishment is located between Chatham Parkway and Savannah Speedway in Aldermanic District 5.
Second.
Properly moved and seconded. All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Item number 7, Alderman Pertee.
Mr. Mayor, moved for the approval of Class C liquor, beer, wine by the drink, alcohol license with Sunday sales with Christopher Clark for Coach's Southside located at 11215 Abercorn Street.
Second.
Properly moved and seconded. All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Item number 8, Alderman Leggett.
Yes, sir, Mr. Mayor. I ask that we accept the Class C beer, wine by the drink, alcohol license with Sunday sales to Tracy Jones for Foxtail Coffee.
Second.
Properly moved and seconded. All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Item number 9, Alderman Leggett.
Yes, sir, Mr. Mayor. I ask that we approve the Class C liquor, beer by the drink, alcohol license to Sanjay Leach for Crave Hot Dogs and Barbecue in Aldermanic District 2.
Second.
Properly moved and seconded. All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Thank you all very much. Y'all go be great. Do great things. Look forward to checking out your businesses. Before we move into our zoning hearings, we have a special day here. We know that women rule the world. And so in that, we have a special A-team serving us today. Starring as city manager today is Chief of Community Services, Taffany Young. Starring as city attorney, Deputy City Attorney, Jennifer Herman. And starring as city clerk, Deputy City Clerk, Gwendolyn Jones. And for the record, the person that previously portrayed the city attorney is standing in the back, taking a breather today. So, so thank you all very much, and we appreciate you all stepping up.
Looking good.
You gotta do this more often.
Yes, yes.
All right. Going under zoning hearings, petitioner Bridget Liddy on behalf of the mayor and aldermen of the city of Savannah, Georgia, to amend the city's zoning map to include the Affordable Housing Overlay District. This was a continuation. 2 weeks ago, we did the text. Now we're doing the map that is the text that we just did 2 weeks ago. I guess I don't know why we have to do it like that, but I guess we do. So, Ms. Liddy?
Good afternoon, Mayor and Council. My name is Bridget Liddy. I'm Director of Planning and Urban Design with the City of Savannah, and I have Edward Morrow here, who is Director of Development Services from the Metropolitan Planning Commission. We are here today to talk about the petition that is before you, which is a zoning map amendment to include the Affordable Housing Overlay District into the zoning ordinance and map. So I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to Mr. Morrow. MPC has been extremely active with this particular petition. As well as with the co-petitioner originally when it came down the pipeline, Brianna Paxton, who is also here today. But I'm going to turn it over to Edward to kind of talk a little bit about the text and what the text means, and then I'll finish up with the map amendment. Mr. Morrow.
Good afternoon, Mr. Mayor, members of the City Council, Edward Morrow from the MPC. I'm going to speak to you guys briefly about kind of where this began and the text that has already been adopted in essence and how it plays into what you're being asked to review today. And so whenever you have base zoning, there are two means currently to make adjustments to that. Usually when someone comes forward with a proposal to develop something, we're bound by a particular set of standards that are associated with that zoning district. And if you would like to make changes to it, you can modify it through either a variance or a special exception. A variance is kind of the gold standard, if you will. It uses a set of criteria centered around hardship. That is usually our principal lens when we're looking at a variance. There are a wide range of things that can be modified. Most commonly, we see those go to the Zoning Board of Appeals. However, the Planning Commission and the Historic District Board of Review also have the ability to grant those. The special exception is another sort of method of modification of our standards that we have. It's a slightly lower standard, but it still has set, straightforward sort of standards that are applied, or policies or considerations, but it is a lower threshold, if you will. And so that was the route that we chose to, in the face of our housing crisis and all the things that we're concerned about, to try and use this as the means to bring a more streamlined process where it might be appropriate to slightly increase density in particular areas. So it's significant that we point out that there are certain things that cannot be modified through a variance, right? Even changing the zoning sometimes might not be appropriate. It might be that the zoning is the right zoning, but in order to make the modification that you need, you might need another means. Variances will not allow you to introduce uses that are not permitted in that district. You would have to rezone. Something else that we talk about often with the Zoning Board of Appeals is the inability to basically add density through a variance. A density increase, very technically, is a rezoning. And so that's why we need this relief mechanism that we're calling the special exception for affordable housing in the density bonus. And so what this did was it created two methods of gently increasing density on any given parcel. There's a small by right method whereby if you met certain very specific standards that were included in the previous text, you could come through for a staff approval. This might be seeing a duplex where previously you could only see a single family home. They're relatively small. The standards are firm. They're not things that can be varied by staff. If you need to do something in excess of what that text said, that is when you would go through the special exception, and you would then get a public hearing that would be heard by the Metropolitan Planning Commission. Again, either option specifically applies only in the interest of producing affordable housing. This has no bearing on your base zoning unless you would like to add affordable housing. You cannot introduce new uses unless you're providing affordable housing, and even then, we're only talking about, say, a duplex or a triplex or a quad based on what standards you are able to meet. The purpose behind this, again, to increase housing affordability, accessibility, and options that were available. And I understand there are some concerns, but the means by which we did this was specifically for the purpose of ensuring appropriate context. So it's a very low bar, genuinely speaking, when we look at our most common scenarios. And I'm going to walk you through one very quickly. Typically, what you're seeing on your screen is a parcel that might come before us where someone would want to develop two homes. At present, the standards would say that you have to have 60 feet of width, and then you're required to have a certain amount of lot area, in this case, 4,500 square feet. And so with the current regulatory scheme, you would not be able to introduce a duplex here. At a base level, what this will permit someone to do is to access standards that you see enumerated on the right. So it would relax that per width unit from 60 feet to something like 15, right? So at that point, you could do 2 units because 15 plus 15 is 30. And then you would have 2,250 square feet of area per dwelling unit, which would be within the 4,000 square feet that's allowed there. And you can see that the width has been reduced. So with that also comes the tag that this be an affordable housing unit. This is not just a market rate unit. You have to meet the city manager or designee's qualifications, which actually you guys also passed a resolution earlier, I believe it was last year, to specify what exactly that means. So this is another step in the regulatory scheme that we've been talking about for the relaxation of standards to address our acknowledged housing shortage. But hopefully that gives you a quick refresher on the text-based side of this, and Bridget is going to speak about the application on the map.
Thanks. So as mentioned by Mr. Morrow, there was a resolution that was approved back in November of last year, which helped to define affordable housing and define those limits and those thresholds. And it's up on the screen for you right now. Note that anyone who is going to be participating in this program needs to go through a certification with our Housing Services Department, with Mr. Freddie and his team, in order to ensure that that unit, or units, depending on how many are within the context of the development, are going to be affordable for a certain period of time. And so this is the revised version of the map that we're looking at. I think there was some discussion previously at the meeting about pulling out the RSF 6 zoning district, which has been pulled out. So we're looking specifically at the Victorian district, the Metropolitan, Thomas Square, and Live Oak. And so these are the areas, certain portions of Live Oak, just the TR2 zoning districts, but these are the areas where this program will be applicable to. Please note, as we move forward with this process, there is opportunity for other neighborhoods to come into the mix if they so desire. Since the last time we met back in March of 27th, we have met with the impacted neighborhood leadership as well as the neighborhoods. We have revised the program to take out the areas that were not approved by you all. And the outcome has been an approval of a text amendment, and right now all we need to do is approve the map amendment to make this official, and we can move forward with the program. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much. So this is a public hearing. I will remind council, we've been in this space for quite some time. Every single one of us have heard that Savannah is becoming too expensive in which to live. We've received complaints about it. We know people who have faced challenges due to issues of affordability, and we are limited by what we could do to address it. This is one of the ways we address it. Either we do the things that help us to achieve affordability, or we allow inaffordability to continue to persist. So that being said, we've been dealing with this since November. I believe November was when y'all first came to us about it, and now folks talking about they didn't know anything about it. We've had several bites of the apple through MPC, now through council. We've been talking about it, and so I just can't believe, as active as we are, not only in the news but everywhere else, that people just didn't know that this is kind of where we were going. So this is a public hearing. I have some names of individuals who have signed up to speak. You have 2 minutes after you indicate your name and address to make your statement. I'll let you finish your thought at 2 minutes, but I'll be very polite in telling you your time is up. So I have Tiger Lily Harrington, Ellie Isaacs, and Kristen Russell are the ones that I have regarding items number 10 in that order.
Good afternoon, Mayor and Council. My name is Tiger Lily Harrington. I wear several hats around the community, including the past president of the Young Democrats of Chatham County. Today I come before you as a resident of the beautiful 2nd District in the Eastern Victorian neighborhood to ask you to vote yes on this amendment to include the Affordable Housing Overlay District. I am 24 years old. My generation knows that none of us will be able to buy our own houses anytime soon, if ever. The average first-time home buyer 40 years ago was 29 years old. Last year, it was 38 years old. For many of my peers, affordable rent is also out of reach, and they instead live with their parents or in comfortable or unsafe living conditions. But we all know the housing crisis that we face here in this room. In 2021, this council adopted the Affordable Housing Action Plan to address our city's housing shortage. I am grateful to this council for acknowledging this crisis and committing to addressing it. 4 years later, however, it is long overdue that the city take real, tangible action towards making housing more affordable and attainable. And this overlay is a small but significant opportunity to do so. The neighborhoods that this amendment applies to are some of Savannah's most beautiful, most walkable, and most transit accessible. These areas are full of employment opportunities, but if people cannot live where they work, play, and go to school, our beautiful city will become a commuter city, of concrete, parking lots, and traffic. This program offers a solution that respects our city's unique character while enabling the construction of the missing middle housing, which are all housing forms that have long been a part of Savannah's landscape. In order to address our housing crisis, the very bare minimum is to increase supply and density. This amendment is an opportunity for this council to put your promises into action, to look out for young people, for working people, for Savannah locals, and to ensure that living in Savannah is accessible to the people who keep this city running, who make this city the beautiful, desirable place that it is. This amendment is supported by 23 different organizations, including the neighborhood associations that it affects, and I ask that you listen to the residents of this community and vote yes on this amendment. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Ellie Isaacs.
Ellie Isaacs, Director of Preservation for Historic Savannah Foundation. I am speaking today on behalf of Historic Savannah Foundation to support the proposed map amendment for the creation of an affordable housing overlay in our city. This entire initiative has been an essential first step toward addressing the pressing need for affordable housing while maintaining the integrity and character of our historic neighborhoods. This overlay will allow sensitive, compatible infill and additional housing that will assist in the revitalization of neighborhoods. As an organization that values preservation and affordable housing, we recognize that the challenge of affordable housing in Savannah is multifaceted. The rising cost of living has made it increasingly difficult for families, senior citizens, and individuals with fixed, low, and moderate incomes to secure stable housing. Simultaneously, we understand the importance of preserving the historic fabric that gives our city its unique identity and sense of place. The proposed affordable housing overlay will allow for the development of much-needed housing options while providing flexibility in zoning to ensure that new development respects the context and character of existing structures. We hope that by moving forward today, more neighborhoods will choose to opt in to this map overlay. We believe that a balanced approach, one that combines the need for affordable housing with thoughtful historic preservation practices, is not only possible, but essential for the future of Savannah. As supporters of this amendment since its inception, we encourage City Council today to move forward with the proposed map amendment. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Isaacs.
Good afternoon,
Ms.
Mayor,
Russell?
Council.
Okay.
My name is Jo Claire Hickson.
Oh, I think we have Ms. Russell. One moment, Ms. Russell. You'll yield, okay.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
You're fine. Go ahead.
I'm Jo Claire Hickson. I'm with Justice Unite Savannah Together. Our organization represents over 22 or 24 faith organizations, and we have been meeting on housing since the 2019. And so we're very happy to see the city considering this as an option to allow increased density and what's known as infill, so that new development does not have to pave a road, put in utilities, have power and sewer, all of these extra expenses because they're already there. It builds on that and allows our vibrant neighborhoods to just grow in a way that's a benefit to our citizens. So we strongly support the proposed zoning map amendment and the essential next step in making attainable housing a reality for more Savannah residents. JUST supports the district overlay as presented today and encourages other neighborhoods to embrace this movement. We believe this action promotes equity and inclusion. It creates opportunities to increase the housing supply and ensures that all residents, regardless of income, have access to safe, stable, and affordable homes. And we had speaking today about the need for youth education, and youth can't be educated properly if they don't have a safe place to live. So this is a vital step for our community. Thank you for your support.
Thank you very much. All right, Ms. Russell.
Thank you. Nice to be here, Council. Thanks for letting me speak. I'm new with glasses. Forgive me. My name is Kristen Russell. I moved to the Victorian District, which is one of the neighborhoods included in 99, and I've seen it change a lot. So believe me, I understand the concerns about increased density, because that sounds like traffic and too many people, and nobody wants that. But downtown Savannah is so wonderful because, as the three ladies that just gave great speeches, we have really good bones where everybody can walk and bike and get to work, which is really why I'm here. I own a small business in the Victorian District. I've owned it for 24 years. One of the things I love about being a small business owner is actually my employees, and you won't hear a lot of small business owners say that, but I love my staff. In fact, I've built housing for 2 of them because they can no longer afford to live close enough to my shop to walk or bike there, which means they have to have a car, which means they are essentially making less money, having less time. I think everybody should, if they want, have a lifestyle where they can walk or bike to work and afford a small apartment somewhere. And we have so much space in these neighborhoods to have those small apartments. And the way this text amendment is made is that individuals with just a little extra green space or a big house or whatever, or a big lot, will be able to build a little more housing for people who are citizens who are working in these neighborhoods and will be able to afford these. So I did not prepare like these women. I just decided to come down here today as a small business owner, but I do think it's a good first step. We know affordable housing is an issue. This is a great thing. We can finally take the first step to build more of it, and I hope that you will vote yes for this text amendment. Thank you.
Thank you. Wow. You hit like right on it. Any other public comments? You can speak in, but I need you to fill out a card once you get finished, okay? You can fill out a card once you get finished.
Sure, absolutely.
Go ahead.
Scott Gooch, I live in the Victorian District. I'm on the other side of this. I will say that I'm for trying to come up with affordable housing in Savannah. I feel like there's so many neighborhoods where there's ability to do that.
Yes.
This area, though, the city just went through a process of extending the DOT. So the tourism here is key to our city. It's the key to our success going forward. It funds our police. It funds our fire. It funds everything. Comes off, a big chunk of it comes off of property taxes and tourism. And you're looking at, you've highlighted a region where this is where the city's looking and said, we're expanding tourism. The DOT now goes all the way to Victory. You know, it turns around and comes all the way back almost to River Street. That area should be, I think, built, but not on an affordable housing site. That's just not the neighborhood. I've lived next to affordable housing. It's not the right fit in this area. When you have this entire city, this particular area, it's going to bring down property values. It can impact the tourism on a negative stance. The properties look great. The sound of this all sounds great, but the truth is this is going to be investors that buy a property, develop it because they know they can get 70% cash flow paid from the federal government. The person living there, instead of paying $1,000 rent, is paying $300 rent. A lot of issues occur. You can see it on any of the existing, or most of these existing low-income housing, other than managed properties. Like if you go by Telfair at the end of the park, there's management there. It's a clean property. St. John Villas over on Hartridge, clean property management there. But these individual units, they're painted, but it's a lot of issues. It's a lot of trash, people parking in the lawns, because those people that live there don't have skin in the game like the people that have saved their money to buy a house in the Victorian Age or to rent. You know, rents are high in those areas, but the people there are busting their tail to be able to live there close to those things. In the entire Savannah, there's transportation to the parks. There's parks throughout the city. This particular quadrant where we're trying to place all this should be the engine for how we run our tourism and kind of continue to grow this city long term. And this is counterproductive to the things that we're doing. When we can do an infill project, buy land a lot cheaper, develop multiple large housing, like what's going on in Hutchinson Island with massive apartment builds, or right on Pleasant on your way back into town. Those massive places are sitting there ready to be developed out.
All right. Well, but let me, I got to ask you, I just have to ask you, because I want to make sure I'm understanding what you're saying.
Yes, sir.
Now, you understand there's a difference between affordable housing and low-income housing, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So you're telling me that you don't want a police officer, a firefighter, a mayor to live where you live?
Are those the people that are going to be paying 30% of the total rent?
I mean, affordable housing is what's affordable for the people who live there. I mean,
Yeah,
I guess,
I haven't seen.
what you were describing, what you were saying, what you were describing was low-income housing. We're not talking about that. We expanded the DOT not for tourists. We expanded for residents, so that they didn't have to be able to drive in. You know, they could take the transportation, and it's free.
Right.
I guess I want to make sure that we. Because if you had that misunderstanding that we're not trying to do that. What we're saying is
that's the only government-assisted housing I've seen.
well, this is not government-assisted housing.
What's the 30%, 70%?
Ms. Liddy?
Yeah.
I want to because I think this is a critical point because I think this has to be understood because I hear people saying, well, you know, like we don't really want those folk. I mean, I make $65,000 a year. And I can't afford to live in a Victorian area.
And why are we
And
disparaging
I'm the mayor
the poor?
up in here.
What's up with that?
Well,
why are we disparaging the poor?
Well, go ahead.
So with the resolution that was approved back in November, we defined what affordable housing is. And it's basically various income groups paying no more than 30% of their gross household income for housing, either in the form of a rent or a mortgage payment. And then with that, when we look at the different area median income levels, it ranges from everything from a workforce housing, which is between 80 to 120% area median income, all the way down to extremely low income housing, which is the government subsidized housing. So you have a range of affordable housing when we're talking about this particular subject. And as the mayor articulated, we have a lot of people that are in the 80 to 120% AMI that cannot afford to live in properties. And we're trying desperately to fill every single one of these gaps that are here listed on the chart. And this is a program that hopefully will help to facilitate people getting into homes. Thank you.
You understand, Lou? I guess for us, the other side about that is that as our city continues, like other cities, to be besieged by equity firms and people who are just buying up property, it drives property up.
Right.
It drives the values up.
I mean, I feel
and
like
the taxes up. The other side of it is that sometimes they'll buy it and they'll just hold on to it while the property values drop, and they buy more property. So I mean, the timeliness of this, of what we're trying to do, is really trying to maintain Savannah for Savannians. Those who are moving here, those that are here. But I think the only way you get that is by having more people in the space. We've been very, very flat, and so this is one of the tools. I mean, and I hope other neighborhoods, you know, I mean, it makes sense. Because if not, then it just goes to the person that's able to afford to buy those other places. I mean, but I appreciate you.
Yeah,
I appreciate you saying it, but I don't think it is what you think it is. But I didn't think until you were saying it that it would be easy for someone to say, well, no, because I mean, that we're trying to cram people in and you know, it's not that. It's making, I want the city of Savannah employees to live in Savannah. I mean, with all due respect to those of y'all who live in Effingham and all, I don't want you to have to drive in all the traffic to come here just to go to work. I want you, if you want to go home for lunch and be close, like I'm able to do, but everybody's not able to do that. So, you know, we want to encourage people to be here. We want them to continue to raise their children here, but we are not able to do that if they can't afford to live here. We become Hilton Head. We become for the rich and famous.
Yeah, no, I'm totally.
And we
totally
can't do
for
that.
it. I
No,
love
I
to see
appreciate
the
you.
projects that are going on President Street and Hutchinson, but these infill projects, everything that I've seen, it sounds good, but the investor that buys that is looking at a cash flow. He's not.
This is why we're making it easier for regular homeowners, if I have the space, to be able to do that. Because rather than me sell out, I can do this, gain the additional income, and provide an affordable housing rent, which now makes it worth my while. Rather than selling it, I keep that money myself. You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But no, I appreciate you. I really do. Thank you.
Well, thanks for the opportunity to talk.
No, thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Mr. Mayor, I make a motion we close.
He needs to fill out a card, though. Mr. Mayor. Oh, you have a card? You will fill it out?
The longer you say this, the longer people will be coming forward.
Okay, but you're going to fill out the card, right?
Yes.
All right. Our last person.
Hello, everyone. My name is Quinn Peterson. I have worked in a variety of different roles here in Savannah, working with Step Up Savannah and also now with Housing Savannah, so advocating for more affordable housing options. And so thank you, Mayor and Council, for the things that you are working on to help with this issue. And I just want to pose a question for anyone that lives in these current neighborhoods that's worried about those who are looking for places to afford. Could you afford where you currently stay? If you needed to purchase the house that you live in, can you currently afford it in the rate that it is in the market? And I think that poses a big question. And then also, as a current city employee, I have been at the HR meetings where they said, how much do you make, 30 or 40,000? And I could not believe that grown men were making $30,000 or $40,000 a year. And that is the individuals that we're talking about. They don't make $100,000 a year to service us as firefighters and police officers. And I also agree with you, so thank you for saying that housing affordability and affordable housing, I need us to understand that, again, it's at every single price point. So if you make six figures, we all see how much everything is rising. The cost of food, gas, everything is going up. So if wages aren't also going up with that, where can they live? And I love that we talk a lot about our tourism industry, but they are also the ones that are not making over six figures. Our average median salary, I think, is $65,000 a year. That is the high of the high and the low of the low. And 65 still cannot get you in an average home sale price of $350,000 a year right now. That immediately, as a starter home, it's more than 30% of your salary. So that's really what I wanted to say. And thank you all. I really support this as a small step in the right direction. And I hope there's more and more and more of this to come. Thank you. I'll fill out my card.
Thank you. And by the way, our firefighters make $57,000. I think our police make $60,000. That's just a quick commercial for anyone who wants to be a Savannah police officer
61.
or Savannah. 61.
Mr. Mayor.
61,000.
Mr. Mayor.
61, and fire makes how much? 58,000. You could become a Savannah police officer, Savannah firefighter. Any other public comments? Come on, sir. No, you have to come up here, sir.
The hard of hearing need help. Yes, that's me. Yeah.
Thank you for allowing me to speak. My name is Bert Carmiel. I'm not in favor, not in favor. I just want to obtain the proper English definition of affordable housing. If a person is making $60,000 a year, what can they afford if it's affordable housing? What is affordable housing?
Miss Liddy?
It's the definition that's presented here. So more than 30% of gross household income.
Let's put that in layman's terms. Let's come up with a figure.
Yeah, but, okay, so if it's...
If someone's making, let's say, someone just joined the Savannah Fire Department. They made $57,000 a year.
Here's the 60 foot.
So
a third of that.
All right, 60.
Just under $20,000.
Huh?
Just under $20,000.
Come on with it.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
But, okay, so that's what I'm getting at. I don't understand. Maybe I'm just slow and old.
No, you're
You're
fine.
not.
If you're making 60,000 and you're taking, you can't, no, it cannot be more expensive than 30% of that. That's $18,000. Well, what do you get for $18,000? I mean, if I'm going to build a house or someone's going to build a house.
Or rent.
Rent $18,000 a year?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, but that.
Where do you get $1,400 a month for rent? That's what I'm saying.
Where do you get it from, though?
Well, hence the need for affordability.
But no, what I'm saying, does that person, the firefighter, does he pay that money, or who pays that money, that $18,000?
That's from salary.
The resident.
From his salary, okay. Okay.
So, I mean, if the salary is fixed, right, then you have to do something to be able to close that gap. The affordability is created by making it easier for that individual, because you should not be able to spend, I forgot the percentage, what they call housing poor, but that you are spending all your money to live someplace and you don't have food to eat or medication.
1,000%, I understand
Right.
that. I'm just thinking that for,
Speaking of mic, sir.
I'm sorry, for $18,000 a year,
Mm-hmm.
divide that by 12, that's $1,500 a month. can you rent something for $1,500 a
Welcome
month?
to the challenge that we are dealing with right now.
That's exactly
You got it.
Well,
that's the
why-
point. That's the point.
And
You're absolutely right.
And that's my point. It seems wonderful. I love it because I like firefighters. I love policemen. If we didn't have them, there'd be havoc.
Right.
And I know it. But I still can't understand how the person renting can make out at all at $1,800 a month.
And what about the 30,000 person?
Even worse. That's
Right.
what I'm saying.
So you have to do things
so it's like
to
pie
make
in the sky.
the housing more attainable, because otherwise they can't live here because they can't afford it, which means they're moving further out, which transportation becomes an issue.
I understand
Childcare, right? Which is why we're doing this
And
to
there was
try
an
to
article-
find different things.
Yeah,
Yes.
there's an article in the Current today about Charleston, and that's exactly what they missed the boat on, and you are smart enough to do it beforehand. I'm just asking, I don't know how I can afford $18,000 if I'm making 60.
Exactly.
You can't do it.
Exactly.
So
Which is
what are we talking about?
Which is the burden that
Talking about
many of
miracles.
our citizens have to do. Which is why, although people are saying we have to do something, we cannot allow this situation to continue to persist, because every day we're doing this, people are being priced out of our community.
I hear that.
So you're right.
But I don't. Yeah, but so what is the answer then? It's
This is it. This is one of them. This is one of the
I
answers.
just don't understand how that person can afford even the $18,000. As such, we're doing things, but they can't afford it anyway. So what's going on? That's
A variety
my
of
question.
things.
Yes.
And I'd like an answer, but I don't know who can give it to me.
We are working towards that goal.
Mr. Mayor, I make a
I mean,
motion
I
to
can
close the public
understand
hearing.
On the dole, the government then, which I don't like, paying that $18,000 or part of it, because then we're all paying it.
Sir,
Yes.
where do you live? Are you in one of these affected
You have
neighborhoods?
to be recognized.
Yep,
1 second.
absolutely.
Is that, he answered
And
your
even
question.
if I wasn't, that's not even the point. I'm trying to actually see how it works. I'm not trying to, I'm for it, but I don't want pie in the sky and then have all these things go up and people can't afford them anyway.
Right. We have to make it reachable.
That's what, I don't
And
know
so
how, though.
we have chosen not to just throw our hands up in the air and say there's nothing we can do. There are things we can do to at least close the gap. Now, to your point, does it solve the problem? Absolutely not.
Thank you.
But there are some things we can do to our point, this council and the one previously. Our minimum wage was in the $13 range. We're now near $18. I mean, you have to help raise incomes. You can't pay poverty wages and expect people to be out of poverty. So it's a variety of things that we have to be able to do.
I wish you luck.
Pray for us.
Because I wish us luck.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Mayor, can we close the public
Second.
hearing, please?
Properties, yes, sir?
Here we go.
Come on. I have a motion to close. Is there a second?
Second.
Second.
All right, properly moved in second. Go ahead, sir.
Very quickly, I own.
State your name.
Malcolm Allen.
Yes, sir.
I own a business, and there are a few people. It's not a question I have, and I'm sort of like the gentleman. There different
Catching hell.
questions I have about it. But the question that some people have, some of the people that live in those areas, is about their property taxes. And I don't know the answer, but they asked me, and their concern is that if they have someone that's now renting a space from them, will their property taxes go so high that they will be taxed out of their?
No, I don't. I think it becomes actually they create a way to stay in those houses. I mean, property taxes are achieved by the millage rate in Savannah of the city of Savannah, Chatham County, the school board, which has the highest one, President Moss, and Chatham Area Transit. The valuation of the house, as it continues to increase, the millage rates are applied to that, and that's how your tax bill is reached. So the fact is, as people are buying these properties, and the prices are going up,
what's doing
it drives up the property. So the goal is, let's keep people in their properties where we can and help them maintain their properties. And I think that is a decelerant
It sounds like that.
on increased property taxes, because if not, if you have buying wars, every time that new price goes up, you are now gentrifying that neighborhood. So I think, to me, this is a way to help keep people in
And
their
I think
houses.
that's some of the residents, they didn't understand that, so thank you for
Right, and for, say, for example, a person who, I'm an empty nester now, I may not be able to afford it like I used to. If I'm able to put something else there to be able to derive an income from it and provide affordable housing, I might be able to stay in my home and not have to sell it.
Sounds good.
All right.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
That's a great point.
Properly moved and seconded. All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Members of council, anything?
Oh,
Yes,
yes.
sir.
Mayor.
All right, so
Yeah,
I'm gonna
way
start
around.
all the way down here. Yes?
Yes.
what?
Yeah,
Go ahead.
I'm ready. Come on, let's do this.
We're gonna go ahead.
Go ahead. Well, we have comments,
Okay.
and then I'll call you for a motion.
Thank you. Yes, Mr. Mayor, thank you all for the presentation. A couple of things. We definitely, almost here, we're on the right track. We need affordable housing, which is relative, all over Savannah, and we're starting here. I know the work have gone into this, but I have a question and a comment. And the comment is, well, let me go with my question. My question is, Mr. Morrow, I believe, might be the one to answer this. How would this change affect commercial properties in these areas? How will it impact those?
It will have no impact on commercial properties.
Mhm. Okay.
Again, if you have no interest in developing affordable housing, this will have no effect on.
That was my question. Thank you for that. Appreciate it. That take care of that. The other thing is, I had a concern. I have a concern, and if we could fix this, I can live with this and support it. But that's the concern is this. I think we have real estate investors that will be building these homes, these houses, and if they use city funds, then I'm sure they should prioritize the affordable housing criteria. We want to produce affordable units. And if I tapped into the city fund, the Affordable Housing Fund, and I came and got that public money, I should be required to place those units there for the set amount of time that we determine. However, I do believe that if you use your own funds, you went to the bank, you wrote a check, or you went and got some funds, it may focus more, that developer will probably focus more on profitability and quality of the product. So I think we have two different, or we might have some misguided incentives here. We want the affordable housing, but it's like we are forcing a developer, a private developer with their own funds to adhere. Is that what this would require if they wanted to build a duplex or a triplex or quad, and they came to the table with their own funds, then would they be restricted or made to produce that product? Because now their incentive with their own money is profitability and quality. Now, if I went over to Ms. Anita or CHSA and I'm using the city funds, and then I should be restricted to making sure that unit is affordable. And that's one problem that I have. And if we could fix that and I think tweak that, because we're imposing requirements that might distort the real estate market in a way where the return on investment is not there. In essence, we're trying to get more units. We're in a, well, that's a possibility. And if you research this area, you'll find that point. That's not just my point. And we need to increase density. That's the thing we agree on. But we also know that the market drives the housing market. The market drives it. We had several good points being made with the speakers. We all support affordable housing. We all support density, but how we get there, we got to be careful because we're going to have to live with this. So let's not penalize the investors who have their own funds to invest. We have some organizations supporting this, and these same organizations are a part of the problem of driving up the affordability in the west side by purchasing properties and flipping those. We got the Savannah Foundation want to support affordable housing, but you buying houses in Woodville and West Savannah and you flipping them, not making them nice little cute cottages because they were built around the 1900 turn of the century, but you're flipping them. So don't come up here in front of me talking about affordable housing when you, in my community, causing gentrification and flipping houses that people need to live in. As far as that dot, so you got rich people riding free while poor people walking across the viaduct to go serve them. Don't use that as an example because we have to fix that. And we have people all the time talking about you can't get anything free. Y'all can't get nothing for free. With free labor going on for 400 years. And so don't use that anymore because people are riding free. So come on, let's get on board with, we need affordable housing, we need density, but let's make sure that we want to have some incentives for the investor to build these affordable houses. So we might not want to restrict people who bring their own money to the table. Thank you.
Thank you. Alderman Leggett.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Definitely, I just wanted to make sure that people understand when we talk about affordable housing, we're talking about affordable for who. But we want to make sure that you understand that we do not control the rent, the level of the rent. So next time we put together our legislative agenda, I think we need to put on our legislative agenda that there should be rent caps, and we should lobby our legislators to make sure that we do have a rent cap in place to try to help with the affordable housing. But definitely, I wanted to bring to your attention, Mr. Mayor, and probably offline, I want to continue to be germane, but there are people who are doing demolition and people doing a lot of work in the community. They're unpermitted, they're unchecked, and we needed to make sure that they are doing much, much more than just tearing down residents, tearing down a bunch of structures, and there's nobody from city staff to go out there and check them. I went out and I asked one of the developers, can I see his permit, and I'm still waiting to see that permit. And he told me that his plan is to build 7 houses there. He wasn't looking for affordable housing. And I had a conversation with the city manager about this type of activity that's happening. And please, I want people to understand that we advocate for affordable housing. But again, I'm going to continue to echo affordable for who. So continue to make sure that the people in the community know that we're going to continue to fight and say what has to be said. And I know we're not activists no more, but I'm continuing to be active for the people in the community that they'll be able to stay in the community in which they live and do.
Thank you, Madam City Manager. You heard that? Unpermitted activity, no matter where it is, for whatever reason, is against the law. So, period. Thank you, Alderwoman. And to that end, we did, just for an editorial note, we did place on our legislative agenda housing stabilization to deal with issues of rent, and it went absolutely nowhere. They didn't even hear it.
That's right.
Alderwoman, Wilder Bryan, you had something?
Yes, I have a lot to say. Some comments. I got a third act play, a Shakespearean play. Every time we do something, first of all, Mr. Mara, can you tell me what the median price of the houses in this overlay affordable housing district that y'all have? What's the median cost of houses?
Unfortunately, that's not information I have today.
Ms. Planner, would you know?
I don't have that information.
Okay, so I'm saying what y'all saying. So I've sat up here and had to approve variances for the density in the 3rd district. This information that y'all keep giving to us, I don't have to be a rocket scientist, and we employ people, the city, to come to this. I know we approved the resolution on November the 7th. We approved it thinking that y'all was going to do y'all job, and clearly you didn't do it because you got a roadmap for affordability in one of the richest neighborhoods. And so the Airbnbs, the STVR, we still waited to get that to the 3rd district. And the problem that I have with all of these new tools that y'all have in the toolbox, they never filter down to the other districts. And when we do, we got to wait until y'all have more tests and more programs to see. And it goes on the shelf until somebody else comes and says, we want it. So for the purpose of this right here, I'll vote for it because it needs to be done. But the tools that y'all using, it's not going to the people who need it. It makes no sense. This is an oxymoron because the definition in here, it says the purpose of affordable housing overlay district is to increase housing availability, accessibility, and affordability. How could that not be an option in all the districts? And how come we always got to start in the first district? That's an oxymoron to me. So if y'all want to use these tools that you never go to the end of it, because we got all kind of programs that are brilliant, they work. But when it's time to come to the end, nobody not checking off those boxes to see if they did what they're supposed to do. So all over this city, people are given opportunities in the first district to make money. And where it's needed more in the less communities, why we got to wait? Tell me why we got to wait, Ms. Planner. Tell me why y'all didn't plan to include all the other districts, and why we always got to start where they're doing really good. Now, I'm sure that this works. It works. But it's working for the people who already got it. So you telling me, and you can tell from the comments, you got this gentleman saying that it's going to decrease the property value. So y'all not really worrying about that. We come here and tell y'all about homeless for the Union Mission that's been in since 1983, and then you got people who not even living there coming and saying that it should be gone. Y'all wrong. And the God that I serve, I'm not going to continue to sit here and say that we're doing the right thing when we're doing half of it. It's not going to work if we're not doing it for everybody at the same time. So this administration keeps saying all, and all means all, and do it in the first district if you want to, do it in the second district, but I wanted to come to the third district too, because I know there are density areas there. It's not there, so that's got to connect, and we got to stop coming up here and presenting things where people don't understand. Sometimes y'all come in and using this verbiage that's connected to what y'all doing, and the people who paying taxes, they don't have a clue. So, we take these communication classes, and if the feedback is not generated to the people that you're speaking to, then it's null and void. This isn't null and void because, again, and everybody knows that these Airbnbs, they don't go past East Broad, but they got them everywhere, and y'all not monitoring that. How y'all gonna monitor this? And how y'all gonna decide who is living in these houses? You can't. You can't, because people call and complain to me that they are Airbnbs. You don't have no idea of the calls that we get. And it wouldn't be that bad if the people could get money. But y'all telling us that we're supposed to call whoever's monitoring that and say, oh, there's an Airbnb, and they're having parties and this right here, and then now they can't have it to make money. That's not right, and that's not fair. And I'm gonna keep standing on that. The same way Linda Bryan came in here, that's the same way Linda Bryan going out. We wanna protect these neighborhoods. We wanna give them the same tools. That's a great tool. That is a great tool. But when are those tools in the toolbox gonna come to the other district? And why all of the litmus tests gotta be in the first district?
Alderwoman, with all due respect, these neighborhoods are in the second district. Not in the
Second or first or
Well,
whatever.
I mean, I think it's important.
It's important that I got that right.
One moment.
Let me just clarify
One
what I
second.
said,
It's
please,
not
Mayor.
in the first district,
No, let me just
but the other
clarify.
side is that.
Mr. Mayor, please, I need
Well,
to
one second,
address
because,
what I said
one
wrong.
moment. Because the way this came out and the petition that was given and the charge we gave was to find neighborhoods that had, under certain criteria, to include ability to be close to a transit line, areas that were less dense to be the pilot for this. Once this passes, you're welcome, you're encouraged, matter of fact, you're challenged to get neighborhoods, and we will add them as quickly as 2 weeks from now if you're ready to do it. But we have to start somewhere.
Okay, well, why we always got to start in the second district? Clearly, I made a mistake with the first. I knew it's in the second district. The Metro.
That's what I'm saying. That's where the petition came. The petition came from the second. It didn't come from the third.
Because I didn't know about the petition.
No. The petition, it came to this body.
Okay, so that's my whole point. We got a staff of people who, air quotes, are supposed to know what they're doing. I can't sit up here and say I know everything that's going on.
It didn't come from staff.
But that's not what I'm trying to say. I'll calm down because really, listen, this is what I'm trying to say. We got staff who's supposed to come and tell us, it's supposed to be a part-time job, but I work full-time.
They did come and tell us, ma'am.
They told us, but they didn't tell us everything because you already had a map. Did y'all have a map when y'all came to us?
We had a text amendment we just approved.
That's my point. So my point is we got the planners and all these people who planning stuff, and the information does not filter down. I'm telling y'all, I'm not a rocket scientist, and I don't know everything, so I count on the staff to tell us. And if they don't tell us, then we don't know. So yes, we approved it because we wanted that to be a tool that was going to work in all the districts, not just one. And whoever petitioned for that, that's good for them. But I want to be able to have firsthand information, and I want it to come to me before I get this month book on Monday, and then y'all want me to say I'm signing off something that's not only going to impact right now, but it impacts everybody 30 years out. So this staff, y'all got to get yourself together, because I'm not going to keep sitting here and letting y'all tell us, putting stuff in the book. Y'all impacted. This is the other point I want to make, and I'm going to calm down. In this summary report, Mr. Mayor, in this summary report, what is it, Tim? It says,
Take your time.
yeah, I need to calm down because I'm fire hot right here. I really am. But I'm gonna calm down because I want people to clearly understand. I'm emotional, but I'm emotional about the facts. And the facts said that y'all contacted the affected areas. I didn't know that I was affected and I could do this. And that's not my fault. Just like you sent it to those other areas, we doing storm waters and y'all let us know. Do y'all remember seeing something about this?
Not throughout.
About
Well, I
what?
don't.
About what?
About this affordable overlay
Yes,
district
ma'am.
map.
We approved it in November.
That's not what I'm saying. I know
Wait,
we
it
approved
started with the MPC. It came to council. They've had community meetings
not
and
saying
neighborhood
that.
meetings. I mean, you know,
That's not what I'm
how
saying,
many
Mr.
meetings
Mayor.
did we have?
We can keep
public
having
meetings?
these meetings.
How many?
That's not the point. I'm not gonna let y'all make the point.
Well, I mean,
The
but I mean,
point
the
is, when
fact is the
y'all
fact,
give
so.
us information, when y'all give us information, it's a lot of information. And so what we try to do is the best of our ability based on what this staff gives us. And so if y'all telling me that I missed the opportunity, we all missed the opportunity. And I was not the only one from these. Did you hear any information that's pertinent that you can do?
Well, I got a whole different kind of story, so
Well,
I'm gonna wait till
the
my
story
turn.
is, we want our staff, and I'm sorry to put this on you, Ms. Interim, we want your staff to make sure you give us information and not, when it's coming up, I don't care if we did this in November, but we actually voting on something right now. We got this book with this bogus summary, and I'm saying that, quote me, because all the facts in it is not true. I can go through 3 of these numbers and stuff. I'm gonna digress. I will
agree.
vote for it, but I want these tools to be in all the districts. And I want some of this stuff to start in the district on the other side and work itself up. Besides from starting in the first, the second, and third, and working itself back. I'm gonna stand on that. To do a great job, I gotta be, and I holler and scream about y'all all the time. And when y'all do a good job, I'm behind you. But when y'all get less than, that means we get less than, and I cannot advocate for the people that I serve. And our people want communication. Please do a better job, and I'll do a better job. Thank you for your time, Mr. Mayor.
I encourage you, I challenge you to get third district neighborhoods involved. We have the blueprint, if it's approved, and we can approve them as quickly as you bring them to us. Alderwoman
Third district, we ready.
Alderwoman Shabazz.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I have not been on the wrong side of this situation at all. I was elected. I've been elected for 4 terms on city council. And the reason that I am here is because of the people of the 5th district that has elected me to come to this table to advocate for them. On this particular subject, several of the neighborhoods in the 5th district, especially Jackson Park, who was the flag neighborhood in my district on this particular subject, stated to me and some of the residents there is that, Alderwoman Shabazz, we do not at this particular time want to be a player in this game because there are elements and housing and situations in our district that we need to take care of, first of all, than right now bringing more density into the district. So I have not wavered from my constituency and their voice here on City Council in reference to this. Now, I am very, very clear that in the city of Savannah, we have a housing shortage. It is real. And therefore, in some areas of the city of Savannah, taking a broader look and approach. My first statement, folks who sent me here, I'm going to talk for them, I'm going to advocate, and I'm going to fight for them. Now, taking this outside of my district, looking at the broader view of the city of Savannah, there are areas in the city of Savannah that can have more density in them. There are areas in the city of Savannah and a lot of areas in the city of Savannah. When we talk about affordable housing, now, it has been a charge of this council that we put the definition of affordable housing all over the place. So you have it here. We are talking about affordable housing. We are not talking about people from statements been given in this room today about people who get Section 8. I'm just going to make it just plain and clear to you. About people who are getting Section 8 vouchers and who will come and live next to your, $300,000 or $400,000 home to come and be a part of what we're talking about. It is clearly stated with the definition of affordable housing. So there are some areas in the city of Savannah today that can have more capacity to be built in those areas. I am not against it. We are going to, in the 5th district as it stands right now, with my constituency, we're not on the map. That is one of the reasons we're not on the map, because I advocate and I fight for my constituency. So we're not there. In the future, we may be, but it's according to the conversations, and we have conversations in the 5th continuously. Come to the parties always. And so therefore, I am not against with some tweaking of what we're talking about now. We have got to get started with increasing our inventory for housing. This is real in this city. It's real all over this country. So we're going to do something. We're going to do something. This is a council that do something and make things happen. And we're going to continue that. So I am going to the aldermen, and my thing always is, the alderpersons in their districts that do this work, I am walking with them. I might be the only one to have the vote with them, but I'm walking with them. So this is in the 2nd district. It is in the 2nd district. What we are talking about today, I'm walking with the 2nd district alderperson today. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
So you said all that to say you knew about it, right? I mean, obviously, y'all knew about it, right? I mean, I'm saying, because you saying a neighborhood made a decision.
Van, you being
One thing, I was making sure.
You talking to me, right?
Right.
Okay, let's talk.
I'm saying, you saying that the Camp Park neighborhood said, yay, not us right now.
That's right.
Okay. All right.
That's what Camp Park said. And other neighborhoods in the 5th.
Alderman Pertee.
For the record, I didn't say I didn't know about it. I said that the tools that they use always suggest to me that it's somewhere other than where it should be applicable and where it should be applied. That's what I said.
So noted.
Thank you,
Alderman
sir.
Pertee.
I welcome it to the 6th district. I think at this point, we just might as well go ahead and vote on it.
I'll vote for it, but I want on the record to be
Alderwoman Blakely,
what
anything?
I said.
Yes, thank you so much, Mr. Mayor. I do have some questions and some concerns. And I don't always agree with the alderwoman from the 3rd district, but I feel the same exact way. There's not a lot of information that was given in the summary, and especially I've been asked as an at-large representative for the city. Folks are concerned about commercial properties, and you said, Ms. Liddy, that commercial properties would not be affected by this. Am I correct? Okay, so does that mean that only ADUs and quads can be built in these mapped areas?
So ADUs are totally separate from this particular item that you're considering right now. And what you're considering right now is the ability to potentially build a duplex. And one of those units in the duplex would be considered affordable for the project to move forward.
So one of those units?
If it's a duplex, one of those units. If it's a quadruplex, it would be 2 units. So it's basically 1-for-1 match in reference to the units.
So when you talk about affordable housing, the ADU would be considered affordable, correct?
So the
but you're not considering the ADU
So
in.
the ADU is a separate type of accessory use from the principal dwelling. So if you have a duplex on the property, there might be the possibility of having an individual build an ADU in the back or have it be attached. But that would be something separate because it's an accessory use, it's not a principal use. So it would not be part of this program.
So this is something totally, okay, when you talk about the maps, you went to the neighborhood associations. All the ones at the neighborhood association said, this is what we want to do.
Yes.
And so, did you go to any other neighborhood associations
Visited with-
outside of the second district?
So we went into the 5th district. There was a neighborhood that was interested, or that had been identified as a possibility, and there was also some in the 1st district that we went to. Unfortunately, those neighborhoods were not interested at the time, and we're also working with another neighborhood to address some larger issues with zoning.
What about the third?
Live Oak wasn't interested.
One second, sir.
I'm just trying to, I'm just trying to get an understanding of what it is that's taking place as far as the overlay is concerned. I do not like overlays because we are dealing with an overlay in the west side of Savannah that's not allowing individuals to have alcohol licenses. So when you talk about an overlay, you're limiting certain things that people can do. So I'm just kind of confused and.
So for a point of
and especially, hold on, let me finish. Especially when it comes to commercial lots, you're not addressing that in the summary.
No, because this is specifically geared towards residential development.
Right, so
commercial's
if a
gonna be-
person wanted to build, say for instance, 10 units, would that person have to put, how many units would that person have to make affordable?
They would have to do half of them as being affordable.
So 5 of those units would have to be affordable, even if they're using their own money.
In the event that they wanted to take advantage of this program where they didn't meet the current standards when it comes to the unit size and the lot area. That's the only reason why we're doing this. And so it's going to be very limited in the sense of how this is going to play out for people who want to take advantage of it.
So when you say people who take advantage, so these are individuals that's using the city's money?
No,
this is their own personal money?
This is their
So
own.
you're telling a person who has their own personal money, they're building that they're going to have 5 of those 10 units to be affordable in that area.
In order to opt into the program.
In order to get into that area.
Because currently, they can't do that.
At all.
Currently, they would have to go either, if they cannot get a variance for the standard, they would have to go ahead and rezone the property. Rather than having to go through and rezone the property, they're actually going potentially through this program in order to increase density.
They don't have to do it.
Yeah, you don't.
They don't have to do it at all. But if they're going to get the benefit of the overlay, then they have to follow the program. You can't get the benefit of the program and not participate in the program. No questions. All right, Alderman Palumbo.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Council colleagues, please. We've had a heated one today. I ask you, please, let us have the courage to make this a place not just for profound history, but of a promising future for our community. It is a small step. I move that the first reading be considered the second and the ordinance placed upon its passage and passed.
Have a substitute motion.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. I was coming with one, too.
So
Yes, ma'am.
if I can I relinquish my substitute motion over to the district alderperson?
No, just don't make the motion. Alderman
I don't think in parliamentary procedure you can't have a supplemental motion, but you can amend a motion.
Well,
Listen, I got it.
One moment,
Got it, Mr. Mayor.
no. Chair recognizes Alderman Lanier.
Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I'd like to offer a substitute. A substitute motion. And so.
Point of order, Mr. Mayor, there are no substitute motions. You may only amend the main motion.
Let me do it. I'll do it. I'll amend it.
What are you trying to do? Let's hear what you're trying to do.
Okay.
What are you trying to do?
I would like to remove the restriction for the private funding to be subject to this. However, I would like for investors to have an opportunity to build this type of housing because we need the density.
I think that's eliminating the purpose of what we're trying to do. Let me hear something. I mean, I think if you do that, sorry, Ms. Young.
This program provides an opportunity for property owners to be able to add to their property without having to go through the variance process. It's an incentive only.
Right.
It's not tied to our public funds. So if you have a property and you are interested in being able to participate in the program, you can add on to your property and you can get approval through the housing department. But in order for you to do that, you would be agreeing to make the additional 50% half of the property affordable. But it's not utilizing the funds that you're used to hearing about from the housing department.
Mayor Johnson?
One moment.
Something there was a little off because if the Affordable Housing Fund is connected to affordable housing. I was sitting on the board that created the Affordable Housing Fund with Step Up Savannah, I think it was 2011, and we created that and turned it over to the city. And our thought at the time, and I was very much involved with the creation of the Affordable Housing Fund, our thought at the time was to keep housing affordable. Whether that was to create affordable units or to repair where people are living now so those houses could stay affordable. We haven't done much there yet, so I'm thinking we all agree we need the density. We had the density. The city's policies took away the density. And what we have been saying for the last 10 years or so, I worked in the OZO, the NUZO, all of that, that we want to make legal what's on the ground. We had the ability to do duplexes, quads, tries, and we want to return to that ability to do that. We should not use, we have to consider the funding source. That's why we created the Affordable Housing Fund, because if you tap into that fund, then you are required to make that unit an affordable unit. But as far as price points, we have other people who would like to live in a quad or try a duplex, and they may want to use their private funding. So if they're using their private funding to help us achieve the goal of density, they should not be restricted.
Okay, I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. So this is for affordability, not for density.
It's not for density?
I thought it was affordability in a dense area.
Well, but you create the affordability by creating density. But you're saying,
we could do both.
If they're just creating more housing, which is density, but not necessarily affordability.
If they use our money of the Affordable Housing Fund, then they have to produce those.
But you're saying private folks, right? You're saying people using their own money.
If they did.
Mr. Morrow?
Right. This is an important point to understand. We're talking about the zoning as opposed to the financing of the project.
Exactly.
We have to create this mechanism within the zoning to permit people to have additional units.
So we need the map. But if we certify this, then we're going to restrict those investors to place those units, even if they use their own funds, on the market at those restricted prices.
That's what I asked.
You only participate in this if you're interested in doing affordable housing.
So if you're interested in density, you don't get into this. What do you do if you're interested in density?
Property. You can always rezone property, and you would just follow the standard rezoning
apply
procedure.
for rezoning.
You could apply for a rezoning, and if you are able to make the case, and if this board approves it, then you get.
So by right, you could build one but I can't build it because I'm using my funds. But if you use the affordable housing, you could build one by right. But I can't build one by right if I come to the table with my own funds.
I could only build it by right if I'm following the programmatic plan.
And I have a problem
That's the
with
only
that.
way. If I own the property and I have a little bit of extra land on which to do something,
That's why I said we're almost there. We're almost there, and I want this to happen, but we're going to be stuck with this. If you work to retire and now you want to invest, but your investment is going to be restricted to that when you're using your own money that you save for years, it's a problem with that. But if I go down to CHSA and I say, look, I'm going to purchase those lots because we need some density of affordable houses, then those houses should be affordable. So we got to fix that little piece right there because it's important to people who are trying to create generational wealth and been working towards that for years and years. So on one side, we're doing a restriction, and we're not really dealing with the root cause of the problem anyway. So that's my point, Mr. Mayor.
All right, I have a motion on the floor that the first reading be considered the second is on its place upon its passage and pass. All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye. Substitute motion.
There was no substitute.
I mean, the amendment.
There was no substitute motion.
Mr. Mayor,
You took it back? Alderwoman Lanier?
It's not accepted. That's okay. I'm okay that it wasn't accepted. My vote is just one vote, and that's all I could control is that. So I think that it's broken in that place, and we're not fixing it here now. So I can't support it. But you all have your own vote, so we'll determine how that works out.
So, Mayor Johnson, she can't do the amendment to the...
I did not hear, she started the motion, I did not hear a second.
Well, we were trying to get an understanding and clarity.
Matt went over there.
All right.
Oh, okay.
Mr. Mayor, call the question.
One second.
What happened?
1 second. So let me go back. You have a motion you'd like to?
An amendment.
I'd like to speak with the clerk on, I can alter, what was I told over here? I can alter the motion, but not make a substitute?
I think we could allow you to allow a succeeding motion that we could vote on, vote up or down.
Mr. Mayor, if I may.
We'll just go with that.
The proper
I
vote
understand
is
that.
to amend the motion.
Right, but I mean, the fact is the amendment is not going to.
It's just the language, so instead of saying substitute,
Right,
say
so
amendment.
go
Okay.
ahead.
So, Mayor Johnson...
One moment, she's doing it
go
now.
ahead,
She's
because
doing it
I'm
right
going
now.
to second what you're saying.
Okay, I want to amend this motion where we could go forward with allowing the density and the numbers and requirements. However, when it comes to the investors, the funding part, now you have to fix the language. When it comes to the investing part, that if the person brought private funding to the table, their own funds, and then they would not be restricted. They could provide the affordable unit. They could provide the duplex. They could provide the density. But if you bring your own funds, you could still take advantage of providing that housing type.
I second.
They're properly moved and seconded. Yes, ma'am.
I want to understand what the alderman from the first district is saying. What I'm hearing is, from their information, the restriction is there to safeguard what we are saying we're going to do to eradicate, using this tool, the housing issue. So if we get private funders to do it, Ms. Deputy, how does that impact? Because we can't tell people, okay, you can buy this land, right? But you have to have X, Y, and Z, because that's quid pro quo. We can't do that, right? So my question is, if we go with her motion, because I'm halfway there.
What
How
she's
does that- how does
let me
that-
help you.
yeah.
What she's basically saying is that if you're using public sources of money, that that's fine. But if you're a private person, that you can create you can use this program to create the density without providing the affordability, which falls differently than what we're trying to do.
No, I don't.
I mean, I understand the need, because, I mean, she's right.
Yeah.
We do need density.
Yes.
But the density could easily be market. And we're saying that we're trying to create an affordability. I mean, so it'll be really a proposed density overlay district. Is basically what it is. We have a motion and a second. Is your motion the first reading be considered the second? It's on this place upon its passage?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Mr.
Is
Mayor.
that the second?
I seconded what
Right.
Alderwoman Lanier
All
said.
in favor indicate by saying aye.
Mr. Mayor, discussion. Mr. Mayor, discussion, please.
You made the original motion, so.
For an amended motion, discussion is permitted under parliamentary procedure.
I understand that, but the chair would have to allow it, though, so.
Mr. Mayor, we need clarity on the amended motion that we're voting for
I just did
from
it.
the city attorney. I would like for the public to know exactly why it is so dangerous to amend motions on the floor, because we need to be very clear about what we're voting for.
I can't say that I'm clear on what we're voting for.
Council,
What's your confusion, attorney? See if I can help you with this.
I've heard what you've said, and I understand the distinction in the financing. This is a zoning map amendment. I don't think this is the proper vehicle to do what you're trying to do. I understand.
Because it's attached to the text, so you're saying we're just dealing with the map and not the text. That's what you're telling me.
Yes, this is a map amendment.
Not the text.
For the text that we'd already
But the
approved.
map is going to be subject to the text.
We approved the text already.
Got it.
You
So are you
maintain
withdrawing?
your motion?
She's absolutely right. She's right.
You maintain your motion?
Mr. Mayor,
She's right. We're talking about the text.
But we
and-
have
and
a
I mean the
motion.
map.
You
I
have a
can't do the
motion.
text.
Miss-
No, I'm going to leave it there.
You gonna leave it?
And if, we'll let whoever decide, who will decide whether it won't be a good motion if we, because she's
But
in
it
the
can't
text.
be.
So
yes.
It can't
the
be.
map,
It's not the proper vehicle.
what's the ruling? Okay,
So I
so
don't
she said
think
no.
it's a valid.
It's not about
Ma'am, okay.
financing.
So I'm going to pull it based on that because you're right.
Okay. So we're going back to the original motion.
Financing. So it's not.
Mr. Mayor,
We're talking
One
text.
moment.
We're talking text.
We're going to the original motion.
but before you go all the way through, I want to ask you something.
Original motion.
It's the first
That we
reading be
approve
considered.
This as stated. I believe Alderman Palumbo made the motion. Who made the second?
Seconded here.
All right, Alderman Pertee. All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Excuse me, Mr.
Opposed?
Mayor.
Motion passes.
Oppose,
Yes.
Okay.
oppose.
All right.
Oppose.
Motion.
I mean, you didn't give me a chance to talk, Mr.
Well,
Mayor. I need to make
ma'am,
a statement.
I gave you plenty of time to talk.
No, you did not, sir.
Well, motion passes 7-2. Did you vote against it, Alderwoman?
I need to talk, Mr. Mayor.
Well, I mean, we've dealt with this.
And you
too
back
long.
and forth, and you
Well,
skipped over what I wanted to
well,
state.
Again, we were at the motion page.
Because I
The
wanted to make
motion-
it.
One moment.
I was the first one
Ma'am,
who wanted to
Ma'am,
make an
ma'am,
alternative motion.
and you yielded. You pulled it back. You said
I yielded to the
All right.
second district
No, to
alderperson.
the first district alderwoman.
No, I did not.
To the first district
I said,
alderwoman.
I said to the second.
Well,
This is just a point here.
motion passes 7-2. Thank you all very much. Now, we're moving to purchasing items. I'm sorry, not purchasing. Item number 12.
That was
is
my only
petition
point. I
Of
was
Josh
for it.
Yellen on behalf of SRL Land Ventures LLC for an amendment to the Savannah River Landings Eastern Wharf Plan Development Master Plan for the inclusion of 1.49 acres located East President Street. We had the public hearing about this. Now we just require a vote. Is there a motion?
One of y'all. Mr. Mayor, move for the approval of the item as read on the
Second.
agenda.
Properly moved and seconded. All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion passes 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
I'll oppose that.
6-1. Motion passes. Thank you very much. Moving on. Under purchasing items 13 through 20.
15 if
Thank
you
you,
would
Mr.
pull, please.
Yellen.
Thank you, sir.
Mr. Mayor,
15 if you would pull
One
that,
second, please. We're pulling item number 15.
if there are no more pullouts.
One moment, please. Any other pullouts? You good? Okay.
Can I go now, sir?
Yes, you may.
If there are no other more pullouts for the purchasing items, I would like to make a motion for the approval of items 13, 14, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20.
Second. Properly moved and seconded that we approve items number 13, 14, 16 through 20. All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Item number 13, authorize city manager to execute a contract with Savannah Police Department furniture package with Mason Incorporated in an amount not to exceed $750,000. Item number 14, authorize city manager to execute a contract for scrap tire disposal with Quality Tire Recycling LLC in an amount not to exceed $194,775,000. Item number 16, authorize city manager to execute a contract to procure plate replacement of rubberized surface material for the Forsyth Park Playground with Game Time in an amount not to exceed $228,756. Item number 17, authorize city manager to execute a contract for one container carrier truck from National Automotive Fleet Group in the amount of $120,499. Item number 18, authorize city manager to execute a contract for 6 rear loader garbage truck cab and chassis from Battle Motors, care of Associated Fuel Systems, in the amount of $1,078,092. Item number 19, authorize city manager to execute a contract for 2 automatic side loader trucks and 6 25 cubic yard refuse bodies from New Way, care of Solid Waste Supply Technologies, in the amount of $1,775,600. And item number 20, authorize city manager to execute a contract for 3 Elgin 3-wheel street sweepers and 2 Elgin truck-mounted sweepers from Elgin Sweeper Company in the amount of $1,650,500. All of it has already been passed and approved. Item number 15, authorize city manager to execute a contract for various multi-play structures with game time in an amount not to exceed $139,995. This will replace aging playground equipment at 14 parks and playgrounds. Alderman Pertee.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I didn't get a chance to speak much today for various reasons, but I will say I'm excited. I will say I'm excited to see this. $140,000 is a minimal cost when we look at replacing these various shades to include the one at Tribble Park. I think as we look at ways to help protect our kids and make them healthier, whether it be from hot playground equipment or direct sunlight, I think this is a great investment. So I'm excited to see that come to fruition. I just wanted to say that and say that I move for the authorization for item number 15.
Second.
Properly moved and seconded. All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Item number 21, I'm very excited about. This is the resolution to support the Savannah Chatham County Interagency Council on Homelessness's 5-year strategic plan to end homelessness. This has been a very long process of which I certainly have championed with our partners to have a plan.
Yes.
And so this is to make homelessness in our community rare, brief, and non-occurring. This has included 12 months and interviews with 65 key community stakeholders, best practice research, and the input of over 125 individuals experiencing homelessness in our community. Alderwoman Bell.
Maybe I should wait until after the presentation.
There's no presentation, it's just a vote.
Oh, you're not going to do anything?
Just here if you need us.
So I do have some comments then. So I hear, and I'm happy about this as well, I hear from people across our city from different walks of life who are concerned about the homeless issue in Savannah, particularly the issue of encampments. It's a privilege that the Interagency Council on Homelessness strategic plan speaks directly to our needs to better address encampments and serious health and safety issues that arise from homelessness, which we need to make up quickly and make notable action on. I'm encouraged by the recent order the city manager issued, which issues a protocol for noticing, engaging, and removing encampments. This is very positive. I'm also pleased by the county's action because they're about to pass a protocol. So I want to, I'm pleased about what I'm hearing from the police department, that they've been more aggressive in enforcing current laws regarding panhandling. And the DA and the sheriff's office, I understand, are working with us. I'm happy to hear that. So I want to encourage this council to consider ways in which we can best support this work through resources and adopt and codify the city manager's protocol or something similar into a local ordinance. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, but we will treat people like people, period.
Amen.
And we will give people dignity. If they're committing a crime, then we will address the crime and the criminality associated with it. But for us, I hope for all of us, we recognize the value of people and that we need an integrated system. And so these ladies have been really engaged. Karen Gwynn, this is almost your baby, but we appreciate that. Is there a motion regarding this?
Yes, Are you making the resolution?
I thought the motion was made.
No. Mr. Mayor?
Yes.
I make a motion that we approve the resolution to
Second
support.
motion.
Probably moved and seconded. Is something burning on your heart that you just have to say?
Thank you.
Good job.
Properly moved and seconded. All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Mr. Mayor.
Motion passes.
Oh, I'm sorry, go ahead. Point of law when you finish.
Yes,
your
yes, ma'am. Thank you. Go forth. Make it happen. Let's take care of people. People first. People first. Go ahead, go ahead, ma'am.
Point of law, Mr. Mayor, when we pass a measure, first and second reading, does it require a unanimous vote, or it doesn't?
In order for it to be on first and second reading, it requires every member of council to agree for it to be on first and second reading.
And so did we do that? That
No
was
one
my point of
opposed
law.
for it. Huh?
That was my point of law.
No one opposed it being on first and second reading.
So you would have to oppose it?
Yes.
That's how it works. So at that time, should we have said point of law at that point?
No, all you have
Or
to say is that.
it's not a requirement,
As
just-
what's happened with this, this issue we just did with Eastern Wharf, someone just says that, I don't agree that it be on first and second readings. At the point it reverts to just being first reading, and then we would do it on second.
Unless you oppose it, then it goes through. Okay, that's my question. Thank you.
Thank you. Item number 22 is authorize city manager to execute an intergovernmental agreement with Chatham County for engineering, design, and relocation of existing city water and sewer utilities in conflict with the county roadway and drainage improvements on Garrard Avenue for an estimated amount of $457,376.
So moved, sir.
Is there a second?
Second.
Properly moved and seconded. All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Item number 23 has been removed from the agenda. Item number 24 is authorize city manager to approve and release a quick claim deed of a vacated utility easement at 4222 Waters Avenue.
Mr. Mayor, I move for approval.
There's a second. Properly moved and seconded. All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes, and thankfully, that is the end of our agenda.
I have an announcement.
One moment, ma'am. We'll start for Alderwoman Bell, and we'll come down and across. Any announcements? Any announcements? Alderwoman Blakely.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
I want to say, I don't know how many people know Icon in our community, especially in the African-American community, that passed away on last week. We called him affectionately Yavo. I just want to let everybody know that his services will be held on Saturday at First Jerusalem Baptist Church at 11 o'clock, and sincere sympathies and condolences to his family.
Thank you. Absolute icon, Savannah's uncle.
Yes, that's
Anything
what he
else?
was called.
Alderman Pertee.
No, sir, I'm good.
Alderwoman Shabazz.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. There is a wonderful academy in the 5th District, and it's called Raymar Junior Academy. And I just want to put them, just a spotlight on them. They are in the process of just revamping and rebranding the school. There are many, many folks in Savannah who attended Raymar Junior Academy, and on May the 4th, which is on a Sunday, between 2 o'clock p.m. and 6 o'clock p.m., the Raymar Junior Academy community will be having a block party. And the block party will be held at 3400 Florence Street, and that is where the Raymar Junior Academy is located. There's going to be fun activities, food, games and prizes, and local vendors there. And for more information in reference to the Raymar Junior Academy community block party on May the 4th from 2 to 6, you can call 912-233-3101. So they are very excited. It's in the 5th District, and it's just a landmark here in the city of Savannah, and they're rebranding and would like for the community, all of the public, to come and be a part of this block party. One more announcement that I have. On this evening, which is Thursday, April the 24th, 2025, the 5th District Stormwater Utility Meeting will be held. and our meeting will be held at the Liberty City Community Center, located at 1401 Millsbury Lane Boulevard. I am asking all of the 5th District and anyone else who can't make any of the other district meetings to please come on this evening to hear about what our city manager, what our staff is talking about, and you can ask questions in reference to the storm water utility situation that is happening in our city. So please come on today. Today is April the 24th, 2025 at 6 o'clock p.m. Thank you so much.
Alderwoman Wilder Bryan. Alderman Leggett.
I'm talked out. Y'all have a good evening.
Alderwoman Lanier.
I got some.
I'm sorry, Alderman
Thank you, sir.
Leggett.
Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Definitely, I want to thank everybody for coming out last night to our stormwater meeting. And make sure you, as you're out, get as much information as possible and find out all you can about water so that you can educate not only your family but the rest of your community. But if you see somebody or anybody blowing debris in our gutters or anything down, please call 311, take a picture of it, send it in, because if you don't do that, then you start having flooding and we have clogged drains. So make sure you do that. And I definitely want to give a special shout out to the life of Mr. Nathaniel Johnson Sr. He will be funeralized at the Temple of Glory on Saturday at 1 o'clock, 1105 Stiles Avenue. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, two things. The stormwater drainage meeting for the 1st District will be held this Monday at Coastal Georgia Center. 1st District, please come out, get all of your questions answered. Monday, 6 p.m. at the Coastal Georgia Center. The other thing is the NAACP meeting is this weekend on Sunday, and I'm announcing it because it's going to be held at the Royal Church of Christ on Hudson Hill. So I'll just walk down the street and around the corner and sit there and visit with them. And I want to thank you ladies who filled in today. You all did a wonderful job with this BG City Council. BG City Council. Let's go home.
Mayor Johnson.
One moment. I want to just also lift up the life of Reverend Marion Brooks.
Yes.
The pastor of St. Mark Baptist Church on Louisville Road, who passed away last week in Birmingham. So sending out he was a big part of the Brickyard community there, and so we send out love to his wife Charlotte and their family.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I just want to tell the community, for those that did not see our workshop earlier today, to please, please, please go on the website and take advantage of all of the programs, all of the opportunities that's going to be in place for our children for this summer. Alderwoman Lanier normally constantly says it's going to be a hot summer this summer, and guess what? It is going to be a hot summer if our kids don't participate in these programs. These programs will be deterrents for crime in our community. Shouts out to the police department, the fire department, and to especially our recreation and leisure services. Y'all, and I gotta say this, the mayor said today that for all of our outdoor camps, all of the outdoor camps, don't matter, you ain't got to pay, just come and put butts in those seats. Did I say that right?
You did.
Well, I was
Behinds in
thinking
those
something else.
seats. Yes, but just make sure for the community, you all please take advantage of what the city is offering, and make sure that you call the Board of Education about those pools that are closed. Those are not city's responsibilities. The only thing we were to provide were lifeguards. We're going to do our darndest to make sure that happens, but make sure everything don't fall on the city. You have the county and the school board. Pick up the phone and give them a call. Thank you.
Thank you. Madam City Manager, do you have anything?
No, sir.
Madam Attorney, do you have anything? Madam Clerk, I know you don't want to even have anything. All right. We stand adjourned. Thank you all.
Right.